Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Zelda, and I will be your host until the end of the marathon. First off, I would like to just quickly apologize if you can hear my fan in the background, because it's just really hot in the Netherlands right now. So, without further ado, I will hand you over to a runner.
Hello, my name is Rebel Dragon 95. I'll be running Birth by Sleep today. Can I ask who won the bid war?
Absolutely. Let me just quickly do a last refresh. It looked like Ventus has won the bid war.
Cool. So, I guess we're going to be playing some Ventus beginners. Let me just make sure I've got myself open. That is all good. Right. Hell yeah. So, whilst I was getting set up, we actually start timing from the character select screen, so I'm going to hop into there. For God's sake, right. I'm so sorry, but I've just been asked to take something out of the oven because I forgot it was in there. Give me 2 seconds, I'll run down and I'll be right back up.
While Rebel Dragon is out, I'm just gonna quickly read up a donation. We've got 10 euros from Killer Chair saying, now that my hosting shift has ended, I can make somebody else read donations. Wahahaha. And I would also just like to quickly remind everyone that we have one more incentive left for Hollow Knight, which is the ending choice. So we currently only have 10 euros going to Talk to Elderbug. So if you want to see something else, get some donations in.
I'm so sorry, cooking RTA. Right, sorry. We can get going now. Right, so I'll start the time in 3, 2, 1, go! Oh my god. Mum was like, I put pork in the oven. I was like, okay, how long will it be? Oh god, it's got to come out of the oven now. Right, well, just yes. Now this is orbs, so I'm going to start orbs with a flame salvo. Cool, good first wave. And then I'm going to try to finish off the second wave with just some basic combos. Luckily Ventus' full combo actually does just completely kill an orb. If you can hit stuff, that would also help as well. And hit those guys. Wait for those guys to stop, do that. Use one more flame salvo. Cool, that was orbs. Right. Oh, speedrunning, getting stuff out the oven. Right. Now that we've done orbs, we get some cool cutscenes. Basically, this just explains us out the story where Terra gets sent on a mission, then Aqua follows. Right. And now we have our first world. So the first world we go to in a BBS run is Dwarf Woodlands with Ven, so we're going to go in Dwarf Woodlands. Right, cool. Right, so as you're going to assume from now on, the fast way to move in this game is by dodge rolling. But I'm not mashing the dodge roll, I'm doing a dodge, then taking a step, dodge, then taking a step, dodge, then taking a step. Because then you get a slightly bit more distance between each of the dodges, and in some later parts of the game it actually matters immensely to do that. Right, this is dealing drop. Right, so I went into Aqua here, so I need to get a Aqua D-Link drop during this at some point if I can. It's kind of completely random if I get it or not. If I don't get it, doesn't matter too much. Okay. Oh. Sneezy's doing this thing again. I'm just gonna get rid of these guys. Alright, Sneezy doing his thing. I was going to hit him with the finish there, but Sneezy decided to jump away, because Sneezy is Sneezy. Right. This guy is 1, 2, 3. Hit them, freeze. So the next one, if you get too close to him, he runs away from you. Oh, like that. Because I haven't done this run in a while, so... I'm actually going to do Flame Salve on him, because he's going to stop moving in a second. There you go, that worked out. Oh, nice, good drop. Because this is already going slow, I just thought I'd go for a drop anyway. Really, game? Oh well. I have to wait for that guy to come around to cycle again, so... Everything is going lovely for me right now. Cool, that worked out, and... There's dwarfs. Lost a considerable amount of time there because everything just was going swimmingly. Right, so, first menu, quickly gonna get rid of those. Alright, cool. So I shoved a mini on there. And what mini does is whenever you use mini, it shrinks all the enemies within its radius and then you can step on them to deal damage. So I'm going to be using that in the next fight to kill some enemies a little bit quicker than normal. So that fire chest there, surprisingly, is very important. If you don't pick up that fire chest, fire doesn't actually become available until after Castle of Dreams, so you can't actually buy it. In this game, whenever you obtain a command earlier than when it appears inside the shop, you can actually purchase it regardless of what your shop level is. So we grab commands or make commands earlier than intended to make sure that we can get them whenever we need to. Right, cool. So, this is Snow White Escort. Snow White Escort is actually surprisingly one of the more consistent ones. This first enemy is here, I'm going to mini. And the whole idea is what I'm trying to do here is the trees will try and chase her and do a reaction command. I'm trying to avoid the reaction command taking place. Oh, lovely. Just get rid of that guy, please. Cool, that's that guy done. So this one here, there's normally 2 here. If you time your stuff correctly, you can do 1. It saves like half a second or so. I normally end up doing 2, I just find it a little bit easier. There you go, move him out of her way, and she just goes, yeah, sure, I can go past now. Because he'll get in the way again, I'm going to do that just to make sure he doesn't get in the way. Kill that guy. And then the next tree actually has a weird hitbox activation, so if you walk in front of her a few times, it makes it 100% consistent. If you don't do that, sometimes the activation window of the reaction command just kind of disappears, so you can't actually like do it at the right time. But delaying her movement actually makes it a little bit easier. And she should run past now. Lovely. Right, that's Snow White Escort. Right, cool. So the first boss here is Mad Treant. So Mad Treant's a pretty easy boss fight. What we're going to do is we're going to do Flame Salvo, we're going to hit him to get into Fever Pitch, and then build up more focus to do another Flame Salvo, and then finish him off. So we're going to do a Flame Salvo 15. Hit him with Slide Dash. Knock him down. That builds up Fever Pitch for us. Do a bit of extra damage here. And he will probably do this stamp again. Oh, he did, and I made the complete wrong decision. Oh well. Finish him off there. Cool, that was Mad Treant. Alright, that was kind of a slow Dwarf Woodlands. The dwarfs really didn't help that. I got everything wrong in dwarfs, but don't worry, it's all good. Don't worry, we're all good. It's been because I've had a lot of stuff going on recently, I haven't been able to fully practice some of this stuff, and some of it's rather, like, specific. Right, so now we're going to Castle of Dreams. So Castle of Dreams, we're going to stay in Castle of Dreams for a little bit longer than normal, because we have to hit level 7 before Maleficent, so we have to pick up a bit of EXP here to make sure that we're okay for the next bit of the game. So skip that cutscene, skip that cutscene. Dodge roll over here. Right, cool. So we're going up to Cinderella's room. We're going to meet our boy Jacques and the one in blue, which the name is completely forgotten. Completely forgotten the name of the blue one, but Jacques there. Say hi to him. Alright, sell Quick Blitz, sell Mini, sell Ether. Buy 5 of them. Buy 1 of them. Alright, cool. So we've got a little bit of movement we've got to do here, so I'm going to destroy that guy. Destroy that guy. Come up here. Drop. Jump, drop, then swing. That pushes you up to the top when you lock onto an enemy. Dodge roll off the ruler. Right, there's a couple of chests I've got to pick up here. This one here has a fleeting crystal in it. A fleeting crystal gives us a attack haste, which increases the rate the attack that physical commands recharge, which is very useful for later. But for now, we're just going to put on some fires. I'm going to go around here. Please just... Yeah, and that guy. Finish those guys. Oh, nice. Pick up that. Cool. Now what I can do now is I can go around, do my square, do magnet, and that should finish off all the enemies. Nice. So now we've got that. Oh, there was a big dude left. Nice. Right, so after that first room, we need to do a quick menu here. Oh god. Change that to that. And do a quick menu here. Put on pure, arrow, fire, and fire. So we've got to go in this room 2 more times. Got to do this room fully, then another one kind of half. Cool, that should give us the link back. Get on those guys. Oh, nice, got a Shimmering Drop. So Shimmering Drops are also important. Shimmerings give us fire boosts, and we need them for some parts of the run a little bit later, but not that many now. We kind of negated... Oh, I've got all 3. We kind of took away the need of all of them throughout the entire game. You normally need, like, you used to need 2 drops, but now 1 is serviceable. You can get through the run with only 1. Right, so we hit level 6 now. What I'm going to do now is going to go over here, place down this, place down that, and now grab that. Because we need some dealing drops for later as well. And that's the end of the first grind. So, something I did there, right, is I I got a D-Link drop from one enemy while I was in a D-Link, and then I dropped and I went into another one and grabbed the drop, which you can do. Okay, I'll make all of them now, why not? Make that as well. I'll put that there, that there, that there, that there. Right, so now we're going to pick up some sleeps. Alright, pick up some sleeps. We're going to go to Lucifer now. So Lucifer's the boss of Castle of Dreams. Lucifer here is kind of annoying. So what we're going to do to Lucifer is we're going to try and deal out a brick of damage using a flame salvo. And then we're going to go into the Aqua D-Link and try and finish him off with a Mind Square. So he's going to walk towards me, that's fine, that's a good pattern. Usually he'll go either on top of the dresser or on top of one of the tables now. Place that there. And that is how we deal with Lucifer. Right, cool. So Lucifer there is nice and quick. Just bomb out some damage on him. Please skip the cutscenes. Thank you. Right, so at the end of that world, we are now going to Enchanted Dominion. So So Enchanted Dominion is a world where we deal with goons and Maleficent. So Maleficent's kind of nice enough on beginner, but she can be kind of annoying. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and slide dash into an enemy here. Miss them completely because I normally do that one blind, but that's fine. Right, cool. So now we kind of get into more dodge roll movement. So if I were to mash my dodge rolls here, I would move extraordinarily more slow because when you start mashing, you start dropping inputs. But while you're timing them, you can always make sure that you get out of dodge roll at the right time without dropping any inputs. So, oh, didn't mean to do that. I walked for a second there. Right, cool. So we've got to walk basically to the castle from here to like the entire, throughout the entire world. So we're going to go up here. Right, something else that I'm doing is I'm hitting enemies with slide dashes, or I'm trying to. So when you hit an enemy with a slide dash, it actually cancels all of the recovery of the slide dash. Because it's meant to be a combo move. So when you hit an enemy with it, you're meant to start a combo using it, or you can hit enemies, use it in the middle of a combo, and then do it. So what I do is also another way to cancel all animation is if you do a slide dash and then pause the game and bring up the main pause menu, it activates something called pause cancelling. So whenever you pause in this game, you can go back to neutral. So we use that in a few instances to do some stuff. It's not really useful in Then Beginner, but it's used in other categories to do some stuff. It's pretty cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into Aqua, and we're going to set up some traps. So we're going to set up a mine square here. And we're going to go over here and deal with the enemies that are coming through over here. Those guys. What I'm going to do now is going to go over here. That. Could be whiff on those guys. That was a really good fight. Oh, I'm 1 EXP away, which is fine. So you normally want to end the grinding at 110 away from the next level. Sometimes the goons fight doesn't give you as much EXP as you want, because it's basically kind of random how many goons it decides to spawn. It spawns them in like a good 3 or 4 waves, and then after that you kind of have to deal with whatever comes your way. So there's a couple of chests I've got to pick up in this room. So the chest I'm going around to now is another fleeting crystal chest, which is very useful. Go over here. I'm going to go around these guys. Get the double kill, which is very nice. Slide dash over here. Grab that tornado strike. Dodge more goons. Nice. Cool. So, this portal over here changes between a purple and a cream coloured one. The purple one takes you to a place where we don't want to go, but the cream one is the one which we want to take, so we have to wait for the cycle to roll around. Sorry about the cough. Right, so got a few cutscenes you've got to skip here, and then we get to flow into the Maleficent fight. Cool, so I'm going to prepare my fires here. So the Maleficent fight, she has a number of patterns that she can give you, and it's incredibly weird how this fight works. But essentially at the start here, she'll do one of 3 things, and depending on what she does will depend on how I react and what I need to do next. So she's up there, which is not insanely nice, so... Just do a quick flame salvo, bomb out some damage on her. Where's she going now? Of course she decides to do lightning. She gave me like the worst possible pattern that she can give me.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, go ahead. You have enough time for a donation.
Cool. We've got €5 from Recold saying, y'all need to donate because Myla is evil. So am I. I donated €1 short of 1,200 total. Smiley face.
Hell yeah. Right. That was a very bad Maleficent fight. She gave me an awful pattern to deal with there. I just had to kind of bait her into doing attacks there at the end to make sure she didn't do a desperation move. So normally, so the whole thing behind that fight is if she goes to the middle at the start, you can basically get a quick kill on her. You'll probably hear me say DM as a phrase throughout the rest of the run if I come across them. But basically, a DM is short for desperation move, and basically it just means a boss super attack. Alright, cool. So now we're going to go into Ventus 1. But we're not going to fight this guy in phase 1. We don't want to do any damage to this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to run up to him, hit him, and he's going to hit us. And we're just going to continue doing this loop over and over. Basically, this fight has two phases. It ends in one of two ways in this first part. Either he does enough damage to you, or you do enough damage to him. So we're just going to get him to do enough damage to us. And then in the second half, we have Mickey with us. And Mickey's damage doesn't actually scale with difficulty. He always does basically the same amount of damage, and he does a lot of damage. Right now, we're under damaging. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to run up to this guy and try and use some sleeps on him. And we're just going to put this boy to sleep. And now we can just let Mickey do all the work for us. So I'm trying to time sleep so I always have one available in case Mickey decides he wants to do his reaction command. I basically want to always make sure I have one ready to cancel Mickey out of doing stuff that I don't want him to do. Right, like that. Now I don't need to worry about Mickey doing this thing again. And that was the Ventus fight. So yeah, that version of Ventus in Ven, the first version, he's affected by so many things. He's affected by zero gravity, he's affected by magnet, he's affected by poison. I believe he's also affected by ignite, he's affected by a lot of stuff. But sleep is just absolutely the god. Because Mickey, the way you knock enemies out of sleep is by doing a finisher. None of Mickey's attacks count as a finisher. So essentially, we can just use Mickey for free. That. Oh, lovely game. Right, so what I'm doing here is I'm using Grumpy, and Grumpy is a treasure raid. And we need an abounding crystal from those enemies, so we just throw a couple of Grumpies to get some abounding crystals. Right, cool. So, here we go. Oh wait, no, I got up here first normally. I've got like 3 categories going through my mind right now because I run many versions of Ventus. Right, cool. So we're gonna go around here. So we're gonna go back to Castle Dreams for a little bit. Dude, sell that, sell. Oh, I don't need the Blizzard. Sell that Aurora, sell that Bind, sell all 3 of them. Screw it, we're gonna sell those 5 potions. Why not? We're gonna buy 3 of them and 4 of them. Nice. Oh, no, I need to multiply first. Cool. Grab me a payback raid for EXP Walker. So EXP Walker is an incredibly crucial ability for this run. We basically use it throughout the whole game to gain EXP periodically by moving. So we're gonna be doing that. So the whole reason why I wanted to do Ventus before I did a bunch of grinding is basically Ventus gives us access to the Mickey D-Link. And not only does it give us access to the Mickey D-Link, it gives us more enemies here because the battle level of the world goes up. That's kind of a poop first one. Grab that. Alright, cool. So we've got 1 drop of Mickey. So the reason why I need Mickey is that Mickey has double EXP on his D-Link when you get it to level 2. So we basically want to abuse the hell out of that. Oh, if you can hear the kids outside, I am so sorry. This is just daytime in my area. I've now got Snow White and Max. I need one more level of Terra, and then we're good on dealings for the entire run. Lovely. Right. So we got to stay here till we hit level 18. Oh nice, I got another Shimmering Terra level. Oh my god, I went to the wrong dealing. Oh well. Going to Mickey now and just do that. Nice. Gonna lose a bit of time here because I'm playing kind of badly, but oh well. Right, so also while you're running around in Mickey, you also get EXP from EXP Walker as well. So I'm also basically trying to make sure I'm getting the EXP from EXP Walker at all times as well. Want to quickly check my commands. Cool, they're all at max. So I want to change them out for fire, fire, fire. Level 1 magnet, level 1 magnet. And then we're good on commands until we get to Radiant Garden now. And that's level 14. You've got to stay here till 4 more levels. Right, so if you've got anything you want to talk about on the donation side, feel free to do that for a minute.
No new donations as of yet, but for those of you just tuning in, we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux with speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're currently doing our events online for the time being. This event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world, bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. If you like our events and would like to participate in one of them yourself, an upcoming event of ours you may be interested in is our yearly marathon BSG Annual, normally held in Van Rij, the Netherlands. This year's edition, however, it will be... Oh, that's old plug text, actually, sorry. You can still No, you can't. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. End of text. I need to change this. I'm sorry.
I'm not the only scuffed one, I like it.
Whoops.
I'm going to enter this room one last time and then we'll be good to go. So what I'm going to do on this last room is I'm going to go up here. Go these guys. These guys do the most amount of XP. Right. I'm actually going to quickly do these guys as well, just to make sure I hit the right level at the end of the game. Right. So now we've hit level 18. We can leave. Oh my god. Alright, cool. So that was grinding. Alright, we're going to go back to Radiant Garden now. We're going to finish the world. Alright, so now that I'm level 18, basically I'm just going to body the rest of the game. So this doesn't seem like it would be faster than just playing through the game and picking up the XP throughout the rest of the game. But I can't explain why. Honestly, I've been playing this game for 6 years and I can't explain why it's faster. It's just faster to go gain a bunch of levels and then body the game. Like, the time you lose from doing that just doesn't really, like, matter at all. Oh god. There you go. A pop-up came up on my computer. There. Oh god, get in there. There we go, it's Terra. So the reason why we level up Terra is because Terra has 2 sliding dashes. Alright, cool. So now we're going to go over here. Up here. Oh my god, those kids are just going to keep screaming.
They're having fun, that's what matters.
I know, I know. I'm not complaining, it's just kind of funny that it's always whenever I'm trying to do something. Every time when I'm trying to do something, it's like, oh, nice, let's, Oh god. Now's the time for us to scream, guys. We got this. Just getting a bit of XP here, but also I need to do a menu, so I need to clear out these enemies. Just gonna wait for that to finish, and then we can do the menu. Oh, there's a flood followed me. Go away, flood. Go away. Leave me alone. Let me play the video game. Alright.
Do we have time for a donation?
Yes, you do.
Okay, we've got €6 from Kai78 saying, best of luck to all the runners. Myla, your time is limited.
Oh my god.
It's Couch. You have an audience.
Yeah, I do have an audience, just outside. Oh my god. Cool, menu done. Right, so now we're going to go into Trinity Armor. This run is lovely and scuffed. It's so good. Right, so Trinity Armor here. We're going to destroy this guy using some fire surges. Right, so he'll do 3 charges. He'll charge at each of the characters individually. So I'm just going to quickly body this guy with a bit of Firestorm here. Deal some damage to him like that. Deal some more damage to him like that. And then I'm going to do that. And that should take out the arms. And that took out all the parts for me. Nice. So now we've only got the head left. The head will do his spinning laser attack. You can skip it if you get incredible luck, but it's not really something that you go for in a run. And that's a Trinity Armor fight. Just completely destroy that guy. That guy. Oh god, didn't do that. Right, so now we're going to go on to the next force fire at the end of this world. So while I'm moving back through here, another reason why I leveled up Terra is because normally we used to use Mickey here, and in most other categories that have Mickey D-Link, we use the Mickey D-Link to move through the next room. But because we level up Mickey, he loses his slide dash. His slide dashes, so we level up Terra just to have access to 2 slide dashes again. And that's a D-Link drop. D-Link loads can only happen when you're on the ground. So by doing a D-Link in the air, the game pulls you down. So you can use that to basically make all your movement nice and easy. Right, so this fight here, this fight's kind of annoying, but there's a pretty good strat that we do on beginner. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to magnet at the start. And this gathers all the floods that are around me. Gonna hit them a couple of times. That spawns the next wave. I'm gonna use the flame salvo here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use exactly 7 hits of it. Use the minus square, revert, magnet, and fire surge through them. As the last wave spawns, and that is the fastest way to deal with that fight. Well, we get a lovely ability there called Reversal, which Reversal makes it so when you press square at the right time when an enemy attacks you, you dodge behind them. And there's an attack that goes on to the side of that as well, which lets you attack them as well. It's an okay move. We don't use it in any of the speedruns because it's not very useful in the runs, but it's an okay move if you want to use it. Oh, nice, actually got a hit on that guy. I got a hit on that guy, nice, that's perfect movement. Right. And again, using Terra for slide dashes, there's 3 more cutscenes you've got to skip, then it's the end of Radiant Garden. So 1, 2, 3. Cool. Decent end of Radiant Garden there. That was an okay Radiant Garden. I can't even talk. Alright, we're going to go to Disney Town next. So, Disney Town in this game is basically the minigame world. There are enemies that you can fight when you go around the world, and there's like an entire side part where you can go get super glide. There is a speedrun strat for getting super glide, but we don't need it in a beginner run, so we don't grab it. If you watch a critical speedrun, they use super glide, so you get to see that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go talk to Pete. You can talk to Pete, or you can talk to any of the other characters. We talk to Pete because he has the biggest hitbox and he's the easiest one to talk to. Saves like a second to talk to Pete. And now we get to play Ice Cream Beat, so we're going to listen to It's a Small World, and I'm going to hit buttons. So while I'm doing this, if you want anything you want to plug on a hosting side, please feel free to do so again.
Alright, well, Delfino Customs is a controller and console-based business located in England. They specialize in customization, modification, and repairs. Quote the Quote the code BSG5 on any orders up until the 25th of June to get £5 off your order. If you customize your controller cable with the Paracord service, £5 will be donated to Mind. Message them directly for all inquiries via the Twitter page at Delfino Customs. Stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind-the-look scenes of the events and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events and more. We are also in the process of uploading all of our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Be sure to check it out and subscribe to find one new video per day in your feed.
Oh yeah, right, so that was the end of It's a Small World. You only got to get to 1,050 points there. I go a little bit higher because you can fail if you land on exactly 1,050 points, so I tend to go to 1,100 to 1,200 just to make sure. Right, so now we're done with Disney Town, we can go to OC now. So we get thrown straight into a force fight here with Zack and Hercules helping us. A mechanic in this game that doesn't really affect Ventus too much is when you have partners with you, they can actually take EXP away from you. So we try and avoid that. So whenever your party members get killing blows on enemies, you lose EXP and CP. So we try to make sure that that doesn't occur. This is going horribly due to how magnets are working. So magnets are kind of weird. They will sometimes draw things in perfectly fine, but other times they won't, so... Then as soon as all those waves are done, we're going to do flame salvos for the rest of it, because the flame salvo does so much damage, because we're at such a high level, so... And that's the last enemy. 109, that's okay. That was an okay fight. With the way magnets were really screwing me over there, that's perfectly fine. Alright, so we're going to get into a really fun part of the run in a minute. So I mentioned that I have EXP Warrior equipped, so every time I take steps or do anything that constitutes a step, so anything where my feet leave and touch the ground again, I gain EXP. So, oh Herc, why would you do that to me? Alright, so I need to gain the, see look, I just leveled up there by walking. So you only need 15 points to win this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a step. So this gains a bit more XP than just walking around normally. So I'm going to keep doing this until the end of it. And then there's a second part of this where I will potentially have to do this for probably 30 seconds to a minute if I get good luck on the minigame before it. So doing that, just make sure you gain optimal amount of EXP. You don't have to do it necessarily, but it can help you hit level 23 before the boss fight at the end of the next world. Which you actually want to do, because if you don't hit the boss fight, the level 23 before the boss fight, then there's a potential that you might not hit the right level later on, which means you get a little bit screwed on your defense stat, which makes a couple of endgame fights a little bit more tricky because you can't tank as hard as you want to. Where the hell is... Oh, explosive barrel, let's go. We're going to do that. So the whole idea is I'm hitting the explosion ones and just trying to make sure Herc doesn't get too many points. And then we're going to go around here. And that one, hit the explosive one. Herc's going to go over here. Oh, lovely Herc, thank you. Oh nice, I hit 2 in a row. Alright, cool. So you have to win this one, so you have to beat Herc in this one, otherwise you fail, which is nice. Especially when we're not going to play for a lot of it. A second. Oh god, camera, please stop. Camera, please. Calm down. Okay. I'm gonna smack that. I'm gonna leave Herc alone for a little bit because he should be fine. Now I'm gonna do this. for 30 whole seconds. So the way I do this is I push the camera towards the other stick, then I push the other stick towards the camera, and I just shake my hand rapidly. And this gets really tiring after a while. So if I slow down, it's because I'm lack of stamina. Probably early onset arthritis from doing this for years. Right, there we go. So that's the end of Urns. Basically EXP game mode. Right, so after Urns, we get to go into the next fight. So the next fight is actually a kind of a mob fight. If you remember 1000 Heartless in Kingdom Hearts 2, this is the baby version. It's an unnamed amount of jellyfish that we have to get rid of. They all have 1 HP and they're not all spawned at once, so what Magnet does is Magnet just completely destroys them. Go over here. We have to wait for Herc to go then, and then he changes the camera on us, so we just do that. Do that, and that should finish him off. Nice. So you don't have to destroy all of them, I don't know the exact number because I'm not going to sit here and count the amount of jellies you have to destroy because it's not consistent, it changes. It very much depends on how fast they spawn and go into the magnets or not. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a quick menu to change, oh god, up one, to put on Mark of the Hero. So Mark of the Hero has 5 strength. And it just makes you do a tiny bit more damage in this little minigame fight here against Metamorphosis. So we're going to run into him, start charging. Cool, that was okay. I missed 1 charge, so he got an attack out. You can actually end that phase before the guy gets any attacks out. So now we have the next force fight. So the next force fight, we're going to do something cool. So normally we don't actually make use of many of the second tier command styles. So a command style is whenever you use commands of a particular type while building up the command gauge, you go into a kind of a super powered form. We're actually going to make use of the tier 2 one if the game lets me go into it. Sometimes it just doesn't give it to you for no real reason, so we're going to do that. Oh, why would you do that? Thank you. Do that. And you use Magnet again. Wait for my thing to charge there. And now we're going to use Magnet again. So this puts us into Wingblade. And Wingblade is really cool. So Wingblade gives us all these blades all around us, which is just, it's so cool. I love this command style, it's so sick. Magnet here, go over there, Magnet there. Oh, you had to like go around. Oh, the flood really had to just completely destroy me, right? Now I'm going to have to go around here, do that. And now if I stand in the middle here and do this finisher, everything should die. There we go. You can actually do that finisher a little bit earlier, but because that flood decided to go underground and just completely destroy me, I couldn't get it out at the right time, but that's fine, doesn't matter too much. Oh, need to go over here. So we're gonna buy some, sell that, we're gonna sell one of them, sure we'll sell that, and we'll sell that as well, why not, I'm gonna buy 4 of them. So we brought the rest of our fire surges for the rest of the game now. So here's the anti-grav room. There is actually a fire surge chest. If you don't have as much money as I had there, there's a chest in the next room, which normally we pick up anyway. Because I had enough stuff there to sell, I just decided to buy it in the shop. So dash over here. Cool, and that gets us through that room. The anti-grav room, whenever you got the anti-grav room active, your jumps are really slow, that's why we want to slide dash. So we're going to go in this room here, and now we have the fight with Metamorphosis 2, so we have Stitch here. Stitch is kind of helpful. Stitch likes to shoot people, but also likes to go, how about I do my reaction command and jump up and down. So we're going to use Flame Salvo and just try and kill the boss, and hopefully Stitch gives us some nice RNG his guns, but he looks like he's running away for no reason. Oh, he is shooting though, but he whiffed half his hits. That's the boss going around the back now, that's fine. Oh, nice, that was really good. Stitch did a lot better than I thought he did. Alright, cool. That's the end of Deep Space. Right, so now we're going to go Neverland. So Neverland actually has kind of one of the more annoying parts of this run. So I leveled up Snow White's D-Link. Specifically for this one fight. It saves so much time in this one fight if you get good RNG with what I'm going to do. That it makes it worth leveling up another D-Link to level 2 while grinding, which takes a good like 20 to 30 seconds. Well, probably like 15 to 20. Close to 30 if you get like bad RNG on what you're trying to do. So go around here. Right, up into here. So this is the Indian camp. There's a force fight we got to do here. It starts off with a wave of floods. The floods are easy. We're just going to magnet them, fire surge them. So we're going to mash out my magnet here. I'm going to Snow White, and we're going to use Bashful. And Bashful is warp. So what Bashful does is it just takes enemies and despawns them. Doesn't give us any EXP or CP or anything like that, but it just despawns enemies for us. Oh, please, just get rid of the Tiki Ball. Thank you. Right, so there's a Tiki Ball gone. Oh, lovely, it's going to just give me bad RNG. And normally when there's one left, I just fire surge him to finish him off. That's kind of bad RNG there. Alright, cool. So, now we're going to quickly edit our deck. Lovely, deck's perfect. 7 fire surges, we got this. Alright, so now we've got to go to the boss fight of this world. So this world is incredibly short. We're gonna there's one force fight, then we go to the boss. So we get glide there from that cutscene, but now we're gonna slide dash over the gap anyway. Who needs glide when you have slide dash, right? So we're gonna go up here. We need to destroy these rocks before we can move on. You can wait for the cannon to do it. You can do a finisher on it. You can do a move on it. But we just do fire surge on it, and because fire surge counts as a finisher. It just destroys it for us. Alright, so now we've got the Fire Captain hook here. I'll try and do my cool strat that I came up with ages ago. So at the start here, I'm going to swing, and it forces him to dodge. And then, while he's in the middle, we just keep going through him with fire surges. And fight kind of ruined because he got away from me, but whatever. Decent fight. Very, very decent fight. I can't really complain with that. Everything kind of went well. He just parried me once. So Hook can decide to block you and parry you whenever he feels like it. If you do the beginning that I did there, he can sometimes not do it, but it's very inconsistent. There are 2 different ways you can do that fight. There's what I did there, which is my kind of like semi-consistent setup for a perfect fight strat. Or you can just go in with fire surges. I normally do whichever way I'm feeling at that time, because they're both about the same speed. So I just do whichever I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm feeling doing that one, sometimes I'm feeling just going ham. Alright, so we've got some cutscenes we've got to go through here, we've got to visit some worlds. This is just more plot. Alright, so while I'm going through all these cutscenes, if you've got anything you want to plug on the hosting side, please feel free to go here as well.
Still no donations, unfortunately, but I just want to quickly remind people that the bid war for Hollow Knight is still going on. Currently we have Kill Mila in the lead, so if you want to, you know, secure that place, because I see that apparently a lot of people want to kill Myla. Haven't played the game, don't know what's going on, but I respect it. Get your donations in if you want to see that happen.
Hell yes. So now we're in Keyblade Graveyard. So I mentioned very much at the start of the run that I need to time my dodge rolls to do stuff. In here, all these tornadoes will chase you. They chase you one at a time and they gain on speed. Basically, they rubber band to catch up to you. But by changing the aggro from one to another, you can basically stop one from chasing you and reset one tornado to then get another one to chase you. So what I did there was I just chained 3 of them together to make sure they weren't chasing me. And by timing my dodges correctly, I can get around all the tornadoes without having to worry. If you get caught by any of those tornadoes, you get thrown into fights. And the fights are really annoying to deal with. Especially when you're under-leveled like I am. They expect you to be like level 40 to fight most of those enemies. I'm sat here at level 20-something, like, hell yeah, we got this, boys. Right, so this is the fight with Ventus. So Ventus here is going to get on his Keyblade Tornado, or the Keyblade Bike we like to call it. So I'm going to knock him off. He gets knocked off after a certain number of hits. So we're going to knock him off. And I'm going to Fire Surge him, as you probably guessed from my deck setup. So this guy likes to dodge you whenever he feels like it. So we're just going to try and... Oh, nice, he dodged an entire one. So after you've done a certain number of hits, this guy will do his dive attack, which is his desperation move. I healed that for safety. Very good fight. Very good fight. So he didn't dodge me too much there. That fight can go horribly wrong if he decides to dodge you way too much. Alright, so this is actually the final boss we're going into now. So this is Ventus 3 or Final Ventus, whichever one you want to call it. So we're going to run up this guy, we're going to start Fire Surging him. And I'm going to try and drag him towards a wall, because you do more damage to him when you're close by to a wall. I took that hit deliberately there. Perfect, that was really good. It would have been a bit better if he was closer by to the wall, but that was pretty solid for what it was. So, get ready for time at the end of this segment here. So this is like a... I like to mean about it being a Dragon Ball Z section, but it basically is. We're going to counter this guy 4 times, and then he's going to... then we get to deal the killing blow. Alright, cool. This is okay RNG right now. Nice, that was good. Pretty decent RNG there. Right, so time is in about 5 seconds when I start this attack, so time is now, and that is time. Hell yes. So that was a Birth by Sleep Final Mix HD Ventus beginner speedrun. Some quick shout outs I want to give to some of the other BBS guys like Pestlist. He's the one who normally pushes me to improve my times in a lot of these categories and come back and retake world records and other things like that. There's a bunch of other KH guys that used to do stuff with this game, like Sonic, Shadow Silver, At Zero, Adam Timothy. Shout outs all those guys. Shout outs to Marvin for being good at Aqua beginner. If you enjoy this game, we do have a speedrun.com page. Obviously, we have a Discord if you want to learn how to play. We have all the notes and stuff on the leaderboards. So yeah, that's it from me. Hopefully you enjoy whatever's coming up next on BSG, and I'll probably catch some of you guys on other marathons later.
Alright, well, thank you so much for that very interesting run, and I hope that your food came out alright.
It was a joint of pork. I don't know, I threw it on top of the cooker, then ran back upstairs.
Fair enough. Okay, don't go anywhere because after the break we'll be back with some Bowser's Fury. Stay tuned.